Ms. Gillen, you're recognized for 5 minutes.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be before the Rules Committee again. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Ranking Member McGovern. I'm testifying today to speak in support of my amendment number 2, which will eliminate the SALT cap and restore the full state and local tax deduction to cut taxes for my constituents and millions of American families who are being hurt by this unfair cap. My amendment will deliver on the promise that President Trump made when he campaigned in my district on Long Island and said he would get SALT back. Madam Chair, state and local taxes were made deductible from federal income tax in 1913 based on the fundamental principle that Americans should not be double taxed on the same income. Double taxing Americans is simply unfair, and this principle held firm for over 100 years. My constituents pay some of the highest taxes in the country and send far more to Washington than we get back. Many of them are facing a cost of living crisis right now, and they're counting on all of us to lower their taxes and bring their costs down. I came to Congress to try to make their life more affordable. However, despite 100 years of precedent, for the past 8 years, Long Islanders have been crushed by double taxation of the SALT cap. Right now, Congress has the opportunity to correct this wrong and ease my constituents' burden by eliminating the SALT cap that's making it so hard for families and small businesses in my district get by. This is about fundamental fairness for high-cost states like New York, which again, give more to Washington than we get back. And let's just put an end to the inaccurate proposition that reinstating this full deduction of SALT is red states subsidizing New York, California, and other high tax states. That is false. And in fact, the exact opposite is true. For every $1 that New Yorkers send to the federal government, we only get around 86 cents back on average, while the majority of other states get more back than they send to Washington. In 2017, the year that the SALT cap was instituted, New York sent $35.6 billion more to the federal government in taxes than it received back in federal spending. Restoring SALT helps adjust this imbalance and make sure that hardworking Americans on Long Island, in New York, and in other high-cost states are treated fairly. Long Island is one of the most expensive places to raise a family in the United States. Having a cap on the SALT deduction has hit everyone's pocketbooks. The president has talked about red versus blue, but I assure you this double taxation hurts Republicans and Democrats alike in my district. It hurts union members, it hurts teachers, it hurts firefighters, and it hurts police officers. I've heard from countless hardworking families and small business leaders in my district who've had to pay tens of thousands of dollars more in taxes, making their lives even more expensive. And Madam Chair, by way of example, I'd like to offer a letter into the record that was sent by a delegation to every member of the Long Island delegation from business leaders and economic development leaders in the district asking us to reinstate the full SALT deduction.
Without objection.
Since taking office, I have been fighting to fully restore this deduction by writing to leadership in the Senate and in the House, by testifying before the Ways and Means Committee. I joined the bipartisan SALT caucus. I even volunteered to go to Mar-a-Lago to talk to the president about how important it is for my constituents to get the full deduction back. And that is why I'm proud to lead this amendment to lower taxes for Long Islanders and others who are harmed by the SALT cap. My amendment has been co-sponsored by 16 of my colleagues from across the country, and today I ask the members of this committee to make my amendment in order and bring an up or down vote on eliminating the SALT cap and cutting taxes for Long Islanders and millions of other hardworking Americans to the floor. Thank you, and I yield back.